Your office is next to a pediatrician. Mothers with strollers walk past your glass door every morning. You have one employee, a part-time secretary. You do tax returns in a strip mall in Rockland County, New York, 30 miles north of Manhattan. This is your empire. You inherited one client from your father-in-law when he retired to Florida. He'd been doing the books for a guy named Bernie Madoff since 1963. Back then, it was a tiny trading firm. Now it's one of the biggest operations on Wall Street. Former NASDAQ chairman, billions under management. And somehow, his auditor is still you. One guy, in a strip mall, next to the pediatrician. Madoff pays you $14,500 a month, more than the rest of your practice combined. Every year you tell the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, in writing, that your firm does not conduct audits. Then you sign Madoff's audit report and file it with the SEC saying you do. Nobody checks, not once. For 15 years. The check comes. You sign the paper. The check comes again. That's how it starts. Once a year, you take the train to Midtown, the Lipstick Building, 885 3rd Avenue, 34 stories of red granite shaped like a tube of lipstick. The lobby ceiling is 30 feet high. You take the elevator up, but not to the 19th floor, where real trading happens. Not to the 18th, where the conference rooms are. You're sent to the 17th floor. The door is unmarked. You need a key card. Inside, it looks like your crazy aunt's basement. Paper everywhere, stacks of printouts on every surface. An ancient IBM computer humming in the corner like a mechanical heartbeat. Fewer than 24 people work here. They're supposedly managing $17 billion. Nobody introduces themselves. Nobody seems happy you're here. Bernie is different. Warm, charming, paternal. He walks you through the numbers and everything is clean. Suspiciously clean. Returns go up every year, 10, 12, 17%. In a line so smooth it looks drawn with a ruler. You sign the audit. You certify to the SEC that you've reviewed internal controls, examined the financial statements, confirmed the assets. You haven't done any of that. You don't call the bank. You don't verify a single trade. You don't check whether any of the stocks Madoff says he owns actually exist. You take the train home. The check arrives the following week. Year 2. You sign. Year 5. Year 10. It becomes muscle memory. Here's what you choose not to know. Every dollar investors send to Madoff goes into one checking account at JP Morgan Chase. Account ending in 703. Money comes in from new investors. Money goes out to old investors who want to cash out. That's it. No stocks are purchased. No options are written. It's a bathtub with 2 faucets. In 22 years, the bank never records a single payment from that account to anyone who buys or sells securities. You could see all of this if you opened your eyes. You keep them shut. And then you do something worse. You start withdrawing profits from your own Madoff accounts. Over $5.5 million. Money generated by trades that never happened. You're no longer just the man who doesn't ask questions. You're eating at the table. You're no longer just the auditor. You are part of the machine. On a visit, you finally see how it works. Every afternoon, DePascali's team watches the day's closing stock prices from the real trading floor upstairs. They cherry-pick the winners. Then they walk downstairs to the 17th floor and enter those stocks as trades that never happened. Backdated to the monthly low, sold at the monthly high. But here's the part that breaks your brain. Madoff doesn't trade and hope for good returns. He picks the return first. He decides every client earns 1% this month. Then his team works backward, building fake trade histories to justify a number he already chose. An Excel spreadsheet divides the phantom gains across 2,300 accounts. The old IBM prints millions of pages of fake confirmations and fake tax forms. Nobody on this floor has ever placed a real trade. Not once. In decades. The people who run it aren't Wall Street elites. Annette Bongiorno joined out of high school in Queens, 40 years in. She invested $919,000 of her own money and withdrew $14.5 million in profits that don't exist. Frank DePascali, the CFO, is a college dropout who started at 18. He makes over $2 million a year and owns a fishing yacht. Jody Krupe's only job is handing Madoff a daily number, how much cash the scheme has left. The heartbeat monitor of a $65 billion lie. She bought a $2.5 million beach house in cash. Sometimes Madoff worries that making money every single month looks suspicious. So he tells his team to fabricate a losing month. Build fake trades that go down. Keep the graph looking natural. Sometimes they accidentally date trades on weekends, on federal holidays. Markets are closed. Nobody catches it. You know everything now. But you've signed 17 years of false audits. Your accounts are fat with phantom money. Leaving means confessing. Confessing means prison. You stay. Then you see something that makes it impossible to pretend this is just negligence. A KPMG auditor shows up asking for trading data from a specific date. The data doesn't exist. No trades happened that day. The programmers, O'Hara and Perez, scramble to generate a fake report. Hundreds of pages. But the paper comes out of the printer warm, obviously fresh. So they put the stack in a refrigerator to cool it, to make it feel old. Then they toss it around the office like a football to scuff the edges. The auditor accepts it without question. This is not incompetence. This is craft. There is an art to this deception, and the 17th floor has been perfecting it for years. They've built a phantom trading platform, a full stage set where one employee enters fake trades on a screen, while another hides in a back office pretending to be a European counterparty. They've rehearsed it. They've tested it, in case someone ever demands to watch. You pass O'Hara in the hallway one afternoon. You'll learn later that he keeps a note in his desk. I won't lie any longer. He didn't go to the FBI. He didn't call the SEC. He asked for a raise. He got 25% and a $60,000 bonus. Everyone on this floor has had their moment of conscience. And everyone has a price. A financial analyst named Harry Markopoulos has been telling the SEC that Madoff is a fraud since 1999. 5 times in 9 years. 21 pages of evidence. He compares Madoff's returns to a baseball player batting point .966 for a full season. Mathematically impossible. The SEC does nothing. An SEC attorney who examined Madoff's business twice and found nothing. Later, marries Madoff's niece. J.P. Morgan's own chief risk officer writes in an email that Madoff's returns are speculated to be part of a Ponzi scheme. The bank quietly pulls its own $250 million out. It never files a report with American regulators. The people who should catch you are saving themselves instead. Then 2008 hits. Lehman Brothers collapses. Credit freezes. And Madoff's investors all call at once. They want $7 billion back. The 703 account has $234 million left. The bathtub is empty. December 3, 2008. Madoff tells DePascali he's finished. He orders him to use whatever's left to pay out family first. December 10th. He tells his sons Mark and Andrew that he wants to hand out $173 million in early bonuses. They push back. He breaks. He calls the whole thing one big lie. His secretary of 25 years has been watching him fall apart for weeks. He lies on the floor of his office. He can't stand up some days. He stares out the window at nothing. He checks his blood pressure over and over. Ruth Madoff sneaks past the secretary's desk to withdraw $10 million. That night, his sons have to help him put on his coat. He's shaking too hard to do it himself. Mark and Andrew call their lawyers. The lawyers call the FBI. On the 17th floor, the shredders are running. It's the morning of December 11th. You're in your office, 30 miles away. Next to the pediatrician, your phone rings. The FBI arrests Madoff at 7 a.m. Agents flood the 17th floor and don't leave for a year. They seize the computer. They open 1,500 boxes. They find keys to a warehouse in Queens with 10,000 more. Madoff gets 150 years. DePascali flips, names everyone, then dies of lung cancer at 58 before he's sentenced. The Madoff Five, Bongiorno, Krupi, O'Hara, Perez, Bonventre, all convicted. One guy who fabricated records for 40 years gets 10 months of house arrest. Then it's you. 6 counts, securities fraud, aiding investment advisor fraud, 4 false filings with the SEC. Maximum sentence, 105 years. Your defense is 4 words. Dumb, not crooked. You cooperate, you testify. The judge gives you house arrest. Probation, you forfeit $3.18 million. You walk away from the largest financial fraud in history without a single day behind bars. But here's what follows you out the door. Mark Madoff hangs himself on December 11th, 2010. 2 years to the day. His 2-year-old is asleep in the next room. Andrew dies of cancer in 2014. He blamed the recurrence on stress from his father's crimes. A French fund manager who lost $1.5 billion of his client's money through Madoff kills himself in his Manhattan office, December 2008. Madoff's sister and her husband are found dead in Florida in 2022. Gunshot wounds. Murder-suicide. They'd lost $3 million. You complete nursing school. They won't give you the license. Your record follows you everywhere. You volunteer for a suicide hotline 3 nights a week. Your storefront is empty now. The glass door has no name on it. The mothers still walk past with their kids, heading to the pediatrician. They don't look at your door. You were never the mastermind. You were never the one entering fake trades into that humming IBM on the 17th floor. You were never the one stuffing warm paper into a refrigerator or tossing it around a room to make it look real. You were the signature, the stamp that told the world this is real. This has been audited. You can trust this man with your retirement. For 17 years, that was worth $14,500 a month and the ability to never ask a single question. The glass door is bare now. The pediatrician's office is open. The mothers are waiting. You did not question what you should have questioned.